You're welcome back. This is Newsfile. It's your most authoritative news analysis platform. And this is your very final edition for 2021. I can assure you that the first edition in 2022, you will love it. Get ready. We'll do something very different and you will enjoy it. So just get ready for that. In this extended time we are ending at 12:30, and you can't help but join Joy Sports. The clock is ticking as Ghana works to meet the timelines to host the Africa Games 2023. How much urgency are we placing on this? Have all resources been made available to get the big job done? Answers will be provided on the Joy Sports link on Joy 99.7 FM from 12:30. Be a part of the conversation with Nathaniel Attel, the man who has love for sports, and his guest, Dr. Kweku Ofosu-Asare, Chairman, Local Organizing Committee, Accra 2023 Africa Games. So get ready for that in about 20 minutes. Now, let me start with Yawabian Samwa. Yao, thank you very much. And please remember, I'm going to the prisons and I need your support. The prison officers are doing a good job taking care of the people that find themselves there, but they need a bit more help. And we're trying to see how much we can assist. So please also remember to take down the Momo number and help us to reach out to help some people, particularly in the Christmas also. Let us feel that we really want them to transform and that we have not sent them there to starve to death and suffer diseases unnecessarily. So you are in Kumasi, and this is the most important, the apex decision-making body of your party, not so? Hello, Yao. Right, please unmute.
Can you hear me?
Great, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me, Samson?
I can hear you now.
Very fast.
Right.
Okay.
So
my first comment is that you are graying very fast, so be careful. So when you add the prisons thing, then you are in serious crisis.
I hear you.
So the government itself is conscious of the prison situation. And you remember the Justice for All initiative, as well as the improvements to the legal aid, which has now become Legal Aid Commission.
That's
more
right.
empowerment. So
that's right.
I pledge to support you.
Thank you very much.
I pledge to support you from the party side, and then to encourage the government to partner you to do more.
Thank you very much.
All right.
So now, being in Kumasi, as we understand, the Baba Yara Stadium is a place of a flurry of activities, and more important on the agenda is going to be some of the amendments that some of the members are seeking to introduce. Am I right?
You are perfectly right. What we have now is a two-pronged situation. One is that we must engage the people of Ghana in this meeting as to their interests going forward as we try and move out of the post-COVID economy. We must begin to understand and appreciate what's at stake when you have COVID impacting more than health. It impacts probably economy more than health, because when you have one person being infected, several thousands have to stop everything they are doing, either go into lockdown or confirm their status. So that's very important. And that is on the agenda. How is the party supporting the government to get the people of Ghana engaged? And part of that is what is happening in Parliament and the e-levy and all that. How do we finance ourselves to move beyond the traditional means which are not working now, especially having been exposed by COVID? So that is what we are doing here. Then, of course, the thorny issue of billboards. I am happy to announce and to congratulate the people involved that most of them have brought down their billboards. For those who say it's an infringement on their rights, the party says that we simply are not ready to start a leadership contest now. We are with the president. We presented the president to the people of Ghana. His performance has been appreciated by the people and they have voted for him. And it is our duty as a political party to support him to execute his vision. And that vision is the vision of the party. Nobody in the party can now come up, whether party or government, and say that they have a different vision.
The president has cautioned that those who are peaking ahead of their time, they are better off just putting their ministerial jobs down so that they can concentrate on wanting to become president. Don't you see a problem if you approve the amendments seeking to have elections for a flag bearer 2 years into the elections when you are in power? Don't you see that bringing a problem? And one of your stalwarts, Dr. Arthur Kennedy, has written about that you don't make that mistake. If you do that, you are focusing too much on elections rather than helping the country develop.
It is sad that the president is compelled at this stage to make that announcement. And therefore, if we listen the way we have listened and brought down our billboards, then the very persons who are supporting the president to deliver on his mandate will remain committed until the appropriate time when they start working on their own personal ambitions, which in any case are designed to lead the party. The party is in power, and the party says that please wait until we are ready for your purposes. So the president is compelled. The president is not doing this happily. He is compelled to say generally, and we are mature very, very fast. And I believe that it is incumbent on all of us to understand what is happening. What is happening is that now political parties, as distinct from presidential candidates and presidents, are coming into prominence. When we started, the focus to the 8-year cycle, a president political party agenda of the presidents, and that political parties can continue with different presidents but maintain the policies that they have. And this is what the NPP is trying to do. We are owning all the good policies since the Fourth Republic, all the policies NPP governments have made, and we are asking for a leadership beyond Nanado who will implement those policies, continue with the best, refine the worst, and bring new ideas to complement what we are doing already.
Yeah. So to the specific question of the amendments that are being proposed, they are supposed to be
the 24-month amendment.
Right.
Samson, this is not the first time that has been canvassed. Every time we have a competition, people canvass it for fear of what the competition will do to the party. Now, because it's a process that has been tabled before the party, I do not have a personal opinion, but I will venture a third-party opinion, which does not bind the party. Does that make sense?
I'm listening.
Does that make sense?
I'm listening.
As for Kubako, if I can venture a third-party opinion that does not bind the party, because I'm communications director, and whatever I say could bind the party. Does that make sense that I offer a third-party opinion?
Please go ahead.
Very well. What I am saying is that rather than legislate against potential disagreement, we must rather contain disagreement and engage, because we have a democracy. And therefore, if it's not broken, don't fix it. But rather, let us embrace competition. But let us compete within the confines of the beautiful. Let us not compete to damage. Let us not compete to destroy. Because those who are making the proponents of the 24-month rule are saying that for fear of competition that can destroy, let us settle the matter early. I don't think the wisdom of the larger party settling the matter early means electing another president, because you have two presidents running for 2 years over the rest of the term. But we have given the term to one president who is in charge. And therefore, we must be prepared to compete, but compete in a civil situation. Compete within the rules that the party sets up. Compete so that the party becomes stronger rather than weaker. And that is what I stand for. And therefore, when we go, the proponents of that will come up and argue. And those against it will also argue.
Yeah.
But on my
Dr. Atta Kennedy, for example, says that you should be focused on taking a lesson from the NDC and expand those who will vote for presidential candidates, so that, because that has the potential to reduce the influence through money. What do you say about that?
I am saying that this whole notion of money is over-exaggerated. How much money is at stake? Let us agree that we are running a system that is growing. I am always an eternal optimist when it comes to dealing with the democratic experiment we have in Ghana. It's not as if it is complete and we are derogating from it. We are now building it. So whatever we are building, we must keep refining based on the lessons of the past. And the lessons show us that, yes, when delegates come to vote for you, they need to be accommodated. They need transportation. They need food. So somebody must bear those basic expenses. But that is not the essence of the decision we are going to make. The decision is who can best manage the policies, collective policies of the party, add on and convince the people of Ghana to let us continue in government. That is the basic assumption that we must make our people understand.
All right. As a communications, lead for the party, the question of increasing the Nasara coordinators, what do you have to say about that? Is that not good for your grassroots work?
Again, it has been seen in two ways. The negative way is that people are saying that it will increase the chances of somebody who is associated with Nasara, because you get more votes for that person to lead the party. The positive is that every community in this country has a Nasara element, and that they can best be deployed at that local level. But it is a question that we must debate dispassionately as a party. If we debate it in the heat of emotions about who we support for leadership of the party, our conclusions will be wrong. We must debate every proposal in the context of how it empowers the party, how it energizes the party, irrespective of who ultimately will lead the party. Because it is the party that the leader will take to the elections. So the focus should not be on the leader. The focus should be on empowering and strengthening the party, so that the leader will take a very powerful machine forward.
Okay. Thank you very much, Yabuabia Samoa. You can take leave of us now. Thank you so much. And we wish you a very fruitful deliberation.
I want to ask a final question, something.
Yes, please.
Something, will you vote for the NPP?
Oh. let's get to the election time. I will make my decision.
My final question. Something, I hear you are going to be running in 2024. But I don't know which party.
Okay, thank you very much. I have no interest in running for political office. Yes, Koku, what do you make? The Nasara coordinator thing, they are reading all meanings into it, that if they increase the Nasara coordinators, it will favor Baumea. Atta Kennedy says, why are you focusing on electing a flag bearer now, and then they will disagree with the president? What the president does, he must endorse it or something, and it will bring conflict. And then rather focus on taking the NDC's example, expand the delegate base so that you remove the vote buying?
Well, to be honest with you, this Nasara thing, it's creating some undercurrents. And I would advise them to be very cautious how they go about it. You know, not that I've studied it thoroughly, but within their own environment, the things I'm hearing, and you made a point that they think is to favor one particular personality, in this case, the vice president.
Right.
Yes. So I would ask them to be a bit cautious how they go about it. You know? And then the 2 years selecting a flag bearer 2 years ahead of elections, it's unsustainable. It's not in their interest. It's a source of distraction. I think they should abandon that particular project. You know? And then the third one, those who are showing their presidential ambitions prematurely. I mean, the first year of the second term, my advice to the president, if he will listen, is that if by mid next year, intelligence points to, and those things, the president will make comments as reported by Asase Radio based on intelligence, not just rumor. If it continues, he should reshuffle those gentlemen or just send them to Siberia.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting. Kofi, what do you make of at least these three issues that we have raised in the matters that should come up?
Samson, I am sorely tempted, and I'll try and restrain myself. But look, the NPP seems to be in a difficult position. I wish they were not in such a difficult position. If, for instance, it was clear where they would go, then it may not have been necessary to do this at this time. I agree with those who are saying it may be premature, because indeed, imagine this. If a clear front runner emerges now, or somebody is anointed more or less to be the next flag bearer, it would totally emasculate the present government. Everybody's going to start, focusing on that because he is likely to be the next person, and it will have an effect on the existing government. So they have to choose, between a rock and a hard place. However, I think something is missing in this whole discussion. There is a place for backroom, off-stage negotiations in politics, especially on a national scale like this. Not everything must be thrown out into the open and let people slug it out. That creates too much bad blood and negative side effects. So I would have thought that this is the time for the elders of the party. And honestly, is this the Roger's party? I remember in 1991, you had people who you knew were solid, and they could call people to book, they could tell people to sit, and they would tell people to stand, and you will sit or stand. And I think that I miss something like that in the NPP, where elders sit in back rooms and they look at what is in the best interest of the country first, and then the party, and arrange things, and people get along. I mean, putting this out this way, holding people's hands in one breath, and then in another breath also trying to tell them to show their face, trying to see how things are going to play out in the open so that people can take their positions, tells me of a party which is not well organized in the back. And there is a place for that kind of backroom negotiation, even horse trading, to make sure that, look, we are going to go towards something that's good for everybody.
Thank you so very much. Thank you to all my guests for this morning. This is where we draw the curtains and we say thank you all over the years and for this year. If we continue to remain number one, and I mean number one, truly no competition whatsoever, close, it is because you have kept faith with us. Thank you so very much. Please keep looking for my Momo and contribute and call to joy, call to love, and bring whatever support that you can bring to support me as I go into the prisons. My outfit is by Habel's Couture, and you can call them 0200 84 19 88. Have a good afternoon, and I wish you a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.